We gotta make sure that everything is rolling, everything is copacetic up in here. Hold on a second. Let me know that you guys are here. Go ahead and say hello to me in the chat while we wait for all of our channels to come online here. Welcome, you guys. I'm happy to have you all here. My name is Roxy, and I want to welcome you to the channel. Here on my channel, we are all about empowering women to be fit, fine, and fiercely feminine by embracing weight training and body building as a means to create the body of her dreams. You guys, I'm so happy to have you here today, but as much as I'm happy to be here, I'm also, listen, I'm going to be ripping the Band-Aid off in a way that's going to ruffle a little feathers today, because we got to get really serious about some things, because I just rattled off about what we do here on my channel. But there are so many of you right here, right now, who are frustrated because you're not seeing the results that you want. You're not seeing that body come together. You're doing everything you can and your body is not responding. And I want to get to the bottom of why that is happening. In fact, I want to make sure that you are in the right place, okay? Because there are so many factors that can be going on as to why women are not seeing the results that they want to see from their workouts, from their diet and training. But there's one thing, if I can say that most of you are dealing with, and that is this, my dears, you are not eating enough. You're not eating enough. And there's so many of you out there that are specifically dealing with this issue and this problem that I had to come on here and address this. I posted this on my social media the other day, and I want to show you this video, okay? And this is kind of the seed that was the catalyst for all of this. So let's go ahead and take a step back and just watch this for a moment. This was something that I posted on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, on what is the other one? TikTok, and got so many comments on. Most women aren't eating enough to build muscle. Girlfriend, you've got to eat in a surplus to build fit, fine, feminine muscle. Take your weight in pounds, multiply it by 15, and add 250 to 500 calories to that. That's how much you need to build. How do you compare to the... Oh my God, did you hear that? There's something that I said in that video that threw off so many women in my audience. And that was when I gave you the equation about how much you actually need to eat per day to see yourself gain muscle. And that equation was 15 times your body weight plus an extra 200 to 250 calories on top of that. How many of you right now, do the math, how many of you right now are eating that much if building muscle is your goal? I bet you it's not very many. Now, here's the other thing. You think that you're off the hook if you want to lose fat, if you want to look fit, fine, feminine, and curvy, and athletic, and all of those things? No, you're not off the hook. Here's the next equation I want you to play around with. 15 times your body weight in pounds. Now subtract about 250 calories from that. Do the math. Are you there right now? So many of you aren't. And I had so many women completely floored when they heard that this is what they should be doing to see their bodies respond, to create the bodies of their dreams. They're like, oh my gosh, Roxy, I'm not eating enough. So when I say to you, who is today's conversation for? And if I say the next couple of lines and you know that this is you, you better stay to the end of this video, sister, because I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to be looking for to ensure that you are in fact eating enough, to ensure that you are doing the things that you need to do, all right? And to be able to identify the things that will tell you if your body is stalled because you're not eating enough. But here, let's make sure you're in the right place. So today's conversation is for women who are already on a training program. Maybe you're working out at the gym, maybe you're working out at home, but nothing is working. This conversation is for you. If you have plateaued and you cannot figure out for the life of you how the heck to get off of it and get your body together, guess what? This conversation is for you. If you are working out super hard, you're putting everything you've got into your training, You're crossing all your T's, you're dotting all your I's, and you look the same that you looked a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago. This conversation is for you. And finally, if you are someone who is on a program right now, maybe you can say, Rox, I eat clean. Rox, I eat healthy. I make good choices, but my body does not reflect those choices. Honey, this is for you. You need to stick around to the very end of this video, because what I have to share with you today is going to talk about these signs, the signs that you need to be eating more. Ladies, here's the thing. I need you to listen to me on this, okay? No matter what your goal is, okay, whether you want to lose fat, whether you want to build muscle, you have to eat to be lean, eat to be strong, eat to have the body of your dreams, because food is your greatest ally. It is not your worst enemy. Now, I have some interesting statistics that I want to go over with you, all right? And if I am touching you right now in the biggest way, if you're fired up, hit that like button right now, all right? But let me go ahead and share some statistics with you that you should know, all right? So in 2012, Consumer Reports did a survey on about 1,000 women, and they asked them some specific questions about what is hindering them from eating healthy. Now, obviously, this is an issue that has been going on for not even the last decade, but more than that, right? Here's what they found. A majority of women, 88% of women, make excuses for not eating healthy. As a coach, and as a mentor, as a woman who works with other women, I hear the damn excuses all the time. Everything is something else or someone else's fault or some situation or life happening as an excuse as to why you are not able to eat healthy. At what point, 88% of you, whether you train or not, at what point are you going to take that onus and responsibility to create the bodies of your dreams? But we're not done, all right? So 57% of the women surveyed, get this, said that food cost is a reason why they cannot eat healthy. And I thought this was so interesting for the time in which we live right now, because what are we living through right now, right? We are pretty much in a global recession right now. Food choices, food prices are so expensive. It costs an arm and a leg to feed yourself. And if you have kids, you got a husband or a wife or whatever you got at home, got a significant other, you got pets, you got everything, right? And everybody's got to eat. But child, it's expensive as hell to eat right now, right? You can't possibly be eating healthy. Yes, you can, ladies, because it all comes down to choices. Now, we're not done. Let's go back into this. Here's another one. I know a lot of you are going to really be able to relate to this one. Social temptations. 47% of women say that social temptations are one of the biggest barriers that they face when it comes to eating healthy, meaning 44% of women claim that they are eating poorly when they are around others. So 44% of you say that other people are influencing your food choices, and 36% tend to eat worse when you're alone. So at least you're admitting that, right? So food is that driving factor behind why you can't eat healthy. How many times I can tell you that I have clients that say to me, Roxy, I'm in the office and they're bringing in these pizzas and this lunch from El Pollo Loco, or they're bringing in the fat burger or whatever else it is, the catered food, and I just simply cannot eat the food that I bought for myself, or I just cannot. I gotta let these other people dictate my choices. Ladies, let me tell you something. Look around your office. Look around at the event you're at, the conferences that you're at, all right? And you point out the number of people that have the body that you want, all right? And if the majority of people there have the body that you want, by all means, go ahead and eat that food. Eat exactly what they're eating. Eat the same portion size that they're eating. But if they don't have the bodies that you want, ladies, why are you letting these folks dictate what it is that you are eating and consuming? Answer that for me. All right. Taking onus and responsibility. Don't let these people trick you out of eating healthy. Next thing, because we're not done yet. Here's another statistic. Although half of women feel good about their eating habits, more than 1/3, 39% feel they could be better, and 7% feel really bad about their habits. So a lot of women do acknowledge that, look, I could be doing better. But it's one thing to acknowledge it, right? It's one thing to acknowledge it, and it's a whole other ball game to decide that you're going to do something about it. When are you going to do something about it? Hopefully you will today or after today. Next statistic. Most women, 73%, are looking at nutrition labels, and more than half, 53% of women have tried to buy more healthy foods in the past year. So that means to say that a lot of you are trying. You are trying, but again, there's something in the way that is making you fail. 37% of women say that dinner, and 36% say that breakfast, that they both finish as some of the healthiest meals that you are choosing. So you're either eating really great in the morning, that first meal of the day, and I hear that a lot with some of the women who come to me who are having trouble with their nutrition, all right? And some of you are saying that, hey, my dinner is the cleanest meal of the day. But a lot of women, 24% feel that lunch is where you're getting tripped up. And when we just talked about those other statistics about being in the office, other people bringing in food, you being influenced by all of that, we can see how that is quite possible, right? Now, here is the final statistic that we're going to talk about today before we get into the nitty-gritty about what identifying if you are eating enough or not eating enough when it comes to your training goals and specifics, okay? One of the biggest obstacles that a lot of women face are cravings. The cravings sideline your eating habits like crazy. Nearly 2/3 or 63% of women admit to having regular cravings. In particular, they have particular cravings for chocolate at 43%. That is the number one culprit. Y'all chocolate cravers, right? Then there are others of you who crave the salty foods and all that other stuff. But ladies, it does not have to be this way. There are solutions for you. And today I want to not just talk about the solutions, because I always talk about solutions, but I want to help you to identify the problem. Because when you understand what's going on, knowledge is power, right? The better you can execute, the better you can identify, all right, this is me, and now I have the problem highlighted, so now I know how to go about fixing it. Listen, I always say there's only one thing I can do with the things that I have learned in my life as a fitness professional. So only one thing you can do with knowledge. You can either share it with as many people as you know and help them to become empowered, help them to become better, more enlightened, or you can die with it. I refuse to die with the knowledge that I know, knowing that I have changed hundreds of women from around the globe and men, because I know you guys are watching too, that I have changed them. They have been just like you. We've helped them to lose weight, helped them to get stronger, helped them to step on bodybuilding stages, helped them to get pro cards and more. And even if you don't plan to ever compete, the fact that you will understand how to do this stuff, not only get the results, but to do it for life, that is what I'm in the business for. So let's go ahead into identifying a couple of things. The signs that you are not eating enough to transform your body. Once again, this really applies to you if you are already working out. My audience caters to people who are already working out, who are already out there doing it, and you need a deeper answer, deeper solutions. Now, if you are not working out, you're not consistent, this isn't you, that's fine. You stay right here, because when you do start up, you're obviously here because you want to learn about fitness. When you do start up, you need to make sure that your bases are covered, and this, you do not fall into this. So let's go ahead into our first thing, our first sign that you're not eating enough. All right. Sign number one, you are constantly thinking about food and you are having these raging cravings. Oh my gosh, the preoccupation with food is the one thing that is just doing it in for so many of you. You cannot stop thinking about putting something in your mouth. You are constantly hungry. You are craving everything under the sun. And if you are going through that, it is likely that you're not eating enough, because here's the thing. Yes, you need to be in a deficit for what you're trying to do if you're trying to focus on fat loss, and you will be hungry. But you shouldn't be so ravenously hungry that you want to eat your hand off and all you can think about is your next meal. If that is the case, you need to put some more calories onto your diet. Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum, you also need to think about, if you're trying to gain a muscle, if your goal is muscle gain, you need to be eating in a surplus. You need to be eating more than what your body needs to maintain your weight. And if you're hungry in the process of that, that's a good thing. It's not necessarily bad. But what you also need to do is to raise your calories just a little bit. Now, not so much that you're gaining large amounts of fat in the process. You don't need that much extra food to build muscle. But if you're noticing that you're hungry all the time, you're having all these cravings, honey, you need to eat more. Let's go into the second sign. The second sign that you may not be eating enough is this. Number 2. Oh, this is a classic. You're skipping meals and you're doing what I call fake fasting. Fake fasting. You're skipping meals and doing fake fast. What the hell is fake fasting, Roxy? Well, let me tell you what fake fasting is. You know those people who incessantly talk about intermittent fasting. I'm fasting. I'm doing IFing. Listen here, honey. Fasting has a beginning and fasting has an end. If you're doing intermittent fasting, then you know what your eating window is and you're trying to consume your foods, all the calories that you should be eating in that day within that eating window, and outside of that is when you're fasting. So many of you aren't even doing that. What you're doing is you're just skipping meals entirely. You're not even meeting your caloric levels. Ladies, fasting is a great tool to have along the way of changing your body. I love intermittent fasting. In fact, I have an entire course. I have an entire e-course in my Inner Circle group coaching community where I teach women how to fast properly, how to use intermittent fasting to your, to your health and to get to your goals. But if you're not doing that properly, you're not fasting, you're not doing intermittent fasting, you're just skipping meals. Now, some of you forget to eat. You don't bring your meals with you to work. You don't pack anything throughout the day. You're not prepared for anything at all. So you end up not eating all day and you think that that's going to get you to your results. No, honey, you know what that's going to do? It's going to slow your metabolism down and it's going to stop you. It's going to put you on those plateaus. It's going to make your body stop responding. This is why I tell you, honey, you've got to eat to be lean. Food is your greatest ally. It is not your worst enemy. But we're not done yet, because there's another place that you need to pay attention to in this next tip here. The number three sign that you're not eating enough to see your goals become your reality. You have changes in your period, and for some, it might stop coming at ouch. I think that society dupes us in so many ways as women, right? Like, we're told to loathe our menstrual cycle, right? It's like the worst thing in the world. And for some of us, it is because of the pain and the excessive bleeding. I had a fibroid, a very large 14 centimeter fibroid that I had removed from my body about 3 or 4 years ago, okay? And man, like, my periods to that point were painful. They were very heavy. And in addition to that, I was losing so much blood that my iron levels were low. I was extremely anemic. I was always tired and my hormones were off, right? And I hated it. But those signs and symptoms were the catalyst for me to find out what is going on with my body, because that wasn't normal. I had to figure that out. I had to go to the doctor. I had to figure that out. But I was listening to my body to get to the bottom of it. So many of you ignore your irregular periods, especially when you're already training and you're not eating enough. You ignore, oh, it's a couple of days late, or it's super light, or this, that, the other. And you think that that's fine. Your body is screaming out at you, honey, you are putting yourself at risk for osteoporosis and worse. When your menstrual cycle stops, ladies, it means that there is a major imbalance in your body, in your function as a woman. And if your health means anything to you, that is not a good thing. So we're going to sit here today on this broadcast and say to embrace every single part of you that is a woman, and to use your hormonal cues, your hormonal factors as that thing that will tell you when your body is and is not working. There's nothing wrong with that. Pay attention. Pay attention, because your body is always going to give you signs when something is wrong. That is especially true for anyone, any woman who is still in the midst of her cycle. Now, I want to go ahead and I have a question for you though. All right. And if anything that I'm saying right now is hitting you in the gut, I want you to stop. I want you to hit that like button. All right. But before I do, this community is about conversation. It's not about me talking at you. I'm here to teach you and to dialogue with you. So I want you to go down to the comments and I want you to answer this question of the day. What do you struggle with most when it comes to eating enough? What are the things that you struggle with most in order for you to make sure that you are eating? Are you skipping meals? Is that you? Are you missing out on Are you doing the fake fasting thing? Is that you, ma'am? Is that you? Are you afraid of eating? Are you afraid of calories? Have you listened to the industry tell you that eating is bad? You have to restrict. We're always being sold diets as women, right? We're never told to eat. Even in the way that society boxes women into like let's say like dating situations and going out to eat at a restaurant, right? Like, how many of you, touch your heart right now, or in the chat live, put a 1 in the chat. In the replay, go ahead and mention this in the comments if this is you. If you have been on a date and you're self-conscious about what you're eating because you don't want that person to think that you're a pig, right? Like, you order the salad, or you're expected to, as a lady, to order the salad and that's it because, you gotta watch your weight kind of thing, right? No, honey, listen, you see this booty? You see these thighs? Do you see this back? Do you see these biceps? Do you know this muscle needs some food? Honey, I'm ordering the steak. Listen, I'm ordering the steak because I'm trying to keep this booty high. I be working out. Okay, listen, I have no shame. Listen, you like all this. This costs food. Okay, it costs calories, right? But we as women, we're shamed to even eat in front of people, right? So I'm joking around, I'm being funny, but it's true, right? So what are your hangups? What are the things that you have to deal with as a woman who's trying to change her body? Are you guilty of these things? Go ahead down below to the comments and share your thoughts, because guys, when you share, you add value to the community. We build our community of rockstars. We help each other. I'll be able to answer your questions as well, because I love doing that. And that gives me some ideas of what you guys want to see covered here on the channel and in my social media and everything. So make sure that you go ahead and do that. Now, if you are not subscribed, honey, you need to stop right now, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification, set it to all notifications so that way you do not miss a single video, because what I have to share here can be the things that change your life. Now, I need y'all, I keep asking you this, but stop right now. Hit that like button and share this with people in your network, because we want to grow this channel. We want real fitness, science-based information that is evidence-driven out there in the world. There's too much fluff and all that stuff that is given to us as women, and we fall victim to it, and we wonder why we can't change our bodies. This is the kind of stuff that you need to hear. Now, if you are a woman that needs help and I'm speaking to you, that is the link. Go down below to rockstarfitness.com/workwithroxy. Get yourself on a clarity call with me. Right now, I am taking on rockstars to work with me in my Inner Circle group coaching program. I want to change the lives of 30 women. I want to teach you how to eat better. I want to teach you how to get in the gym and to truly lift. I don't want to just throw workouts at you and say, hey, do this. No, I want to give you the workouts. I want to give you the diet. I want to give you the roadmap. And I want to say, here, darling, is how you keep this forever. Let me teach you how to do this. All right. And my inner circle is the perfect place for that. And not only that, not only will you be getting your training, your nutrition, all that stuff spelled out for you, but in addition to that, you and I will work closely together to change your body. You'll be talking to me on the phone in group coaching calls, or you also have the option to talk to me one-on-one every single month as your mentor, as your coach, to zero in on the things that you need to do for your body. Ladies, you've got to get in on this. If you are someone who is serious about changing your body, go ahead, click that link down below and get yourself in my inner circle coaching program. And I do have one thing that I want to say before we jump into the next couple of tips, and it's this. Some of you ladies need to understand that we as women, our needs are different than what men need to change their bodies. And I will be very open to say that, listen, I'm not being phobic about anything, but men and women, our bodies are different, right? How we deal with food, emotionally, mentally, all of that stuff. How our bodies deal with training and diet physiologically, biologically is different. And we need stuff that's different. And if you understand that, I want you to get your hands on my free ebook, Empowered Feminine Fitness. That is the link on the screen. The link is also down below in the description of this video. Get your hands on this ebook. It is free. I go into what you need to think about as a woman on the path to bettering herself, how to embrace your femininity in the process. Being a bodybuilder is nothing to do with competing. Yes, I was a pro. But you may not be. You may not want to step on the stage, but every time you hit the weight room, you are building your body. How do you do it better? How do you do it in a way to empower yourself as a woman? How do you get to learn how to have boundaries around your fitness in your life? How do you become more empowered in your feminine energy? That is what that book is going to tell you. Go ahead down there, get your hands on it. It's totally free. And make sure that you go ahead and reach out to me to work with me so we can put that stuff in action. Now, we got to get back to serious business here, baby, because we are not done yet. I see you guys in the room. I see Snuggles here. I saw Celine here. I saw Jasmine here. I saw some of our regulars. I saw RM working it in the moderators in the chat on YouTube. Thank you so much, you ladies. Thank you so much for being here. I love that you guys are always here for support. Don't be afraid to come out and say hi, all right? Well, let's go ahead and get back into our conversation now, okay? Tip number 4, all right? This is what's going on with you. If you see this, you are likely not changing your body. Got a doorbell ringing, but we're going to ignore that for right now because we are live, okay? So if you are seeing this happen, you need to make sure you check yourself because you are not eating enough. You stop having regular bowel movements. This is a major one. This is a major one for so many of you. If you notice that your body stops moving bowels, you stop being able to go to the bathroom, right? That is a sign that you are likely not getting enough fiber in your diet. And fiber is so important in helping you to feel less bloated. Fiber is so important in making sure that your body stays regular. Fiber is so important. It has so many just different factors. Insoluble fiber is really important for those of you who have trouble with cholesterol, high cholesterol and stuff like that, right? But if you're not eating enough of it, you're going to notice that you get stopped up. And that's never a good feeling. So first thing that you might want to do is take a look at your diet. Now, how do you increase fiber? Increasing your green leafy vegetables, right? Eating more grains, especially whole grains like whole wheat. Eating things like brown rice, eating things like legumes and beans and stuff like that. That all keeps you regular. Now, I did another short where I talked about how so many of you are so freaking afraid of carbohydrates. That's our next conversation because y'all need to get over this fear of carbs, right? If you cut them out of your diet, honey, guess what you're going to be doing? You're going to be cutting out a lot of fiber, and you need to be eating the fiber. You need to be eating those leafy vegetables. You need to be eating all of those things that are going to help you to move. But if you're so damn afraid of carbohydrates that you can't do that, honey, you're just going to be stopped up like a backed up toilet. All right, so let's get that together and let's get it out the way. Next thing, let's go for it. Let's go for it. The next sign. Oh my God, so many signs. I'm hooking y'all up today. All right. Sign number 5 that you are not eating enough and you're not going to see any progress and you're stuck and you're frustrated. You have no energy and you're constantly tired. Oh Lord. Listen, it's hard out there. It's hard out there to try to figure this stuff out. And now your body is just like, look, girl, I'm tired. You need to sleep. I'm going to slow you down. I'm going to take away all your energy. All you's going to want to do is feel like you want to sleep all day. That's it. That's all you get. That's all we got going on, okay? You're miserable. You can't do nothing. You barely want to work out because you're so damn tired all the time. That's a sign you're not eating enough. You got to up those calories just a little bit. Up your calories until you feel like you can go around about your day, that you can do the things that you need to do. Did you know this? That not eating enough actually raises your cortisol level. And cortisol is your stress hormone. And when that cortisol starts going up, honey, your ability to lose weight is completely thwarted, completely gutted, right? And you start burning out those adrenals and you start feeling tired all day. All you want to do is sleep. These are things you need to watch out for. I'm not just telling you this to just like scare you. I'm telling you the truth that nobody is talking to you about so you can identify these things within yourself and you can change them. All right. Let's go on to the next sign that you may not be eating enough. You are irritable, you are impatient, and you are reactive in stressful situations. You ever heard about being hangry? You know, being hangry, we have a running joke about that in the fitness world. I'm hangry, everybody gets on my damn nerves. Oh my gosh, because I'm starving to death because I'm not eating enough. And your moods start to swing. Listen, you might have a great body and all that stuff, but if nobody wants to be around you because they can't stand you, what the hell is the point of having this great ass body? Okay, if you're always snapping at people, you're always irritated, you're always in a bad mood because you don't know how to eat and you ain't eating, nobody cares. No one's gonna like you. Not that we care that if anybody likes us or not, but you kind of want to be a part of society, right? We kind of want to be a part, giving members of the communities around us. We want to be likable, most of us, right? Well, ain't nobody gonna like you if you're hangry. So if you're hangry and you're irritable and you're tired all the time, girl, eat some more. Why is you starving yourself? Why is you starving yourself? Okay? All right, listen up here. I got another tip for you. All right, I got another tip for you. All right, another sign that you may not be eating enough to see the results that you want. And that is, no matter what you do, your body has stopped responding to training and diet. This is a hard one. Because you think that eating less, you think that cutting back, you think that just trying to make healthy choices, and maybe you're making too healthy of a choice that you never allow yourself to cheat, you never allow yourself to indulge, you never allow yourself to just have something extra, that you think that that's good. You think that that's called discipline, but that's not discipline. Discipline isn't just starving yourself. Discipline is not never allowing yourself to enjoy the foods that you want. Discipline is not enjoying cravings. Discipline is not just like staying on your plan the same way forever and ever without going off it. That's obsession. That's obsession. And when your body starts to slow down and your body stops responding, one of the things you have to look at is whether or not it's time to take a diet break, whether it's time for you to take a step back and to look to see if it's time for you to go ahead and increase your calories, maybe even to maintenance. Yeah, I said that. That sometimes cutting off your diet is the thing that you need to do to see your body actually change. Ladies, this stuff, it's science. It's not rocket science, but it is science. And it's a little bit tough. I'll admit, listen, I'll give it to you. It's hard to know what you have to do for yourself. It's hard to know exactly what it is that you might need to change. It's hard to know exactly how your body is going to respond when you've never done this stuff before. I know it's difficult, but it's not hard to learn. Listen, I didn't just learn this out of the blue, right? I spent years, I spent hours, I spent weeks, months, days. I've spent thousands of dollars to become certified to learn how to do this. I have spent over 25 years putting this in action with other people. I've gotten to see what can happen when you change the body firsthand. And I'm saying this to say to you that I learned from somewhere. Now, I'm not saying you have to go to those extents, but I'm saying when someone gives you the opportunity to change your body, to change your life, it is up to you to go ahead and to make that happen. It is up to you to reach out to get the help that you need. And there are folks like me who are here to help you, who are passionate about that. When are you going to go ahead and take that line? When are you going to go ahead and make that happen? Now, let's go ahead. I want to take a look to see if we have anything in the comments. Let me take a look at our comments to see if I want to highlight what some of y'all have said. Let's see if we got anything. All right, let me see. Celine says she is listening to this while she works out. Thank you so much for coming through here, Celine. I love it, girl. I love it. We have Jasmine J. Jasmine says, you telling me I need I need more was a game changer. I'm a fitness instructor and have always been told 1,200 calories. What I needed to lose weight? Oh my gosh, we need a bomb drop. Where is my bomb drop? I need a bomb drop on that one because I know there are so many of you who have heard that as well, that you need to be eating just 1,200 calories a day. Listen, that is great for the average woman who's not working out, who's not training, who just kind of needs to maintain her body weight, who kind of just needs to maintain where she is. Even if she wanted to lose a little weight, if you're sedentary, you sit on your butt, that's great. But some of you eat 1,200 calories. If you, as an instructor, eat 1,200 calories, you're training. You're teaching other people. You're moving. Honey, you are going to die. I know your body was not happy with that at all, right? Your body was not happy with that at all. And you saw what happens when you do that. No progress is what happens. Nothing happens, ladies, when you starve your body. Why is that? Because food is your greatest ally in this game. It is not your worst enemy. And the more you can embrace that, the more you'll see your body change. And the quicker you'll see your body change as well. Let's see. Who else? What else do we have here? We have Angel, who came in from Facebook, who said, we need more options of food. Bring my meals to work, quick and easy meals. You know what I have to say about that? You're right, Angel. You're right. Now, here's the thing where personal responsibility comes in. Because in this world today, with the internet at your fingertips, with this device right here that we all have, or whatever device you're watching this from right now, you're watching it on a laptop, on a desktop, you have at your fingertips everything you need to find fast and easy foods that are packable, that are cookable. There are recipes and more out there. Because all you got to do is go to the Google machine. You can even I talk to my Google machine all the time, be like, I don't want to talk to it now because it's going to start on. I'll be like, okay, Google, and ask whatever questions. I ask my Google the craziest. If you have Siri, ask Siri, show me some foods that I can cook that's easy and healthy. Quick foods, quick recipes for chicken. You ain't even have to know how to cook anymore because they going to tell you on the internet. So you're right, Angel. But you've got to take that responsibility and figure that out. Because guess what? At the end of the day, yes, I'm a coach. Yeah, I'm a trainer. Yes, I'm a sports nutritionist. I'm all those things. But guess what? I can't do the work for you. You know, I can lead the horse to the water, but I can't make the horse drink. So for every single woman out there that knows that you got to go and do that research, honey, and get serious about it. Good observation, though, Angel. I appreciate that comment. Let's see. Snuggles asked a very interesting question. Would you be canceled for saying men's bodies and women's bodies are not the same because of the movement that tells everyone that you can do whatever someone else can? I don't really worry about being canceled or not. That's not really my concern because if people want to disagree with me, that's fine. I believe in the First Amendment. I am a proud, patriotic American who believes that you can say whatever you want. whether people like it or not. I mean, that's just the right that we're afforded, right, with certain limitations within that First Amendment right, right? So people can say they want to cancel me and they can say what they want, but science is science, and we can't really refute the fact that the different sexes, male and female, respond completely different physiologically, biologically, and in the way of scientific study that we've had for over hundreds of years at this point, that tell us that they're not inherently the same, you know. Now that is talking about the gender. Well, not even, that's talking about the sex. They say that gender is a different thing. That's a social construct. And listen, that's not for my channel. Y'all go and have that conversation somewhere else. We are not bringing that algorithm over here because I don't need them people. I don't need them people over on my channel, okay? We ain't talking about that over here. I want women who are into fitness only, not the other stuff, okay? So we're not going to talk about that. And that's all the comments we got for today that we're going to cover. Here's what I have to say to go ahead and just to wrap this up. And you know, like I said, everything that I share here is all about empowering women, empowering you to become fit, fine, and fiercely feminine, right? To be empowered in your womanhood, and to do it with fitness as the driving factor behind all change. To look at weight training in specifics and bodybuilding in specifics. When I say bodybuilding, of course, I don't mean competing for all of you, but if you're in that gym, you're touching that weight, you're at home, you're doing stuff that's resistance training, baby, you are building the body, girl. You are building the body. You are. So you are automatically a bodybuilder in my eyes, at least, right? And I want to teach you how to do this right and how to stay empowered along the way. So again, if you're someone who was touched by anything that I've said today, if you are someone who is really feeling like, Roxy, I know you're the one who can help me with this, go down to the comments right now and click that link to go ahead and work with me. Again, I am taking on women in my group coaching program right now. I want to work with 30 women over the next 30 days. So if you hear my voice and this is for you, come on over. There's a link for my inner circle. If you want to join right away, you can do that. If you got questions, you want to make sure that this is the right program for you, click the Work with Roxy link, set up a 20-minute consultation, and we will talk about that. We will figure that out for you. All right. Now, here's one thing that I want you to do. If you are someone right now who is in that area where you want to build fit, fine, feminine muscle, you're trying to figure out how to do that, I put together, let's put it on this side. I put together this playlist for you that I want you to watch at the end of this video. I want you to go ahead and binge watch every single thing on there because it's going to help you to reach your goals like never before and change your body like crazy. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you guys on the next one. Toodles. Bye, guys. Thank you so much.